Alright, what is up, all the people? I thought today we should show some of the GDI deck I've been playing on ladder. This is probably, if you watch the GDI Tiberium grind, I played this deck a little bit at the end, I think. Since then, I have continued playing it. I think it is the best GDI deck at the moment, or at least it's the one I have the most success with by a lot. I actually have the same win rate with this as I do with Chuggy Inferno, which I think is like the best deck in the game. So, given how bad GDI is at the moment, I think 94% is kind of insanely high. So I thought I would show off this deck a little bit. But if we look at some other like GDI decks, like the rank 1 player has 87%. The rank 2 player with GDI at the moment has 73. Rank 3 has 79. Well, that's not that many games though. 84 with this one. Yeah. Not so anyway, 94 I think is really high, basically, is my point. So I think the deck is really good. I'm not trying to flex, I'm not saying like, hey, look how good I am. I'm saying the deck is really good, I think. I think Shock Pred is the best place to be on GDI right now. It is a little weak to Giga Cannon, but as a GDI player, you have to be weak to something. That's just the way it is. You either have to choose to be weak to Chuggy or Inferno or Giga. And I think Giga is the least played of those three at the moment, so I choose to just be weak to Giga Cannon. Anyway, let's play some games with the deck, and we shall show off how it works a little bit. I do think that Dog is the best opening in the game right now. Sometimes you can just win a first missile with dogs alone. Again, another YouTube video I've done recently is the can you win first missile with just dogs? And the answer was yes, quite often in fact you can win with just dogs.
New objective available.
So yeah, I think dog opening is the best. Laser opening, interesting. Even with the laser as his first unit, I'm still gonna go. What I should have done here is move the dogs over this way and try and block his half. Because if he's gone laser first, the dogs could actually have got there in time to block his harvester. But we didn't do that, so now we're gonna just 2v1. Dogs are pretty fast, it's pretty easy to get like 2v1s against these lasers. We're gonna obviously switch into shots, but until we have the 70, we'll keep making dogs. You can use 2 dogs to beat a laser, so that's not a problem there. I'm gonna lose this one now. I'm actually gonna go this one up here. Actually, I'm gonna bring this back down. I'm gonna do 2v1 down here and shots on the bottom. Oh, sorry, middle. Shots on the middle. I'm actually gonna probably go for another dog just to hold a pad. Because like obviously the shots can handle the top with this up here. Get Pitbull to the Venom. Shots should be able to take care of the bottom. There we go. Alright, nice. Doing a little bit of rotating here on the pads, but no problem. Oops. Oh, that's the wrong unit. That's going to be the Pitbull going up. Accidentally selected my shocks again. No big deal though. We did manage to get the Pitbull in time, and there we go. Almost through that one with the Pitbull moving in the wrong place. It is important to continue rotating your units even when the missile is at final charge. You just have to have a good idea of when you can move it and when you can't. Sometimes you do have to leave the unit where it is. Other times you do have the ability to move it. He has a Giga Cannon, there it is. I'm trying to get both my Pitbulls on his Giga. They're not going to do a great job yet. Giga's kind of nuts. Now, as I said at the start, Giga is the thing I'm weakest to. This is the worst map for Giga, I think, of the 3 in the pool. So we might be okay. This is actually probably not a great deck for this event specifically, because it is a quite Giga heavy event. The maps are pretty good for Giga Cannon. Alright, if we boost this and go in, we should be fine. Should be able to kill this. Yep, easy. And then we'll bring this over here, bring the football around, make sure the Predator lives, and we should get a missile. Cool. This is quite a difficult map for Giga, because it's actually surprisingly difficult to put the Giga somewhere it can cover 2 pads whilst having good protection. Unless you go up here, well the map's gone now, but if you go up here you can hold the 2 top ones, but then you have to completely abandon the bottom pad. And it's quite difficult to win if you completely abandon a pad, because your opponent just gets it for free. Then all they need to do is contest one other pad to keep it stalled.
Establishing battlefield control.
Like he played on a non-sure account, right? Like he was like quite famously, Agent played on the non-sure account for quite a lot of time. I don't think he was doing that out of the goodness of his heart. Maybe he was doing it for the levels, I don't know. Alright, so we're up against another Nod player playing Oksana. We're hoping it's not Giga Cannon, because this is the best map for Giga Cannon of the three. So Giga Cannon could be really difficult to beat here. Especially with considering the deck we're playing. He's well off why take money like that. Because he was a kid. So like his parents might be wealthy, but it doesn't mean he has a lot of money. Alright, so we got fights. It's not looking good for me so far. This looks a lot like it could be a Giga Cannon deck. Which is really not what I want. If it is a Giga Cannon deck, the best thing to do is to win the first missile as quick as possible. It is a Giga Cannon deck. We need to win the first missile as quick as possible. And then we need to pressure his Harvester if possible. If you can pressure the Harvester, the Giga Cannon is quite an expensive unit, it's quite difficult to replace it. So if you can kill the first Giga Cannon and then kill Harvester, it can be pretty difficult for people to keep making them. Although, like I said, this is the worst map for me to play against Giga Cannon on. It's Giga Chuggy as well, okay. This is going to be a really rough one. This might not be possible to win on this map. We're definitely going to have to figure something special out here. The best thing to do is to like harass the supporting units like this, and then when he provides an opening, you push in with a boosted Predator. Nice. I don't know why he like really did not protect that Giga Cannon very well at all. Once you kill the Giga Cannon, if you can, then you want to pressure the Harvester. Normally I say the Harvester kills are not very good in Rivals, and I'm pretty well known for saying that people overestimate how important it is to kill Harvesters. But when you're playing against a matchup like this, where you're playing against a Giga Cannon that you simply cannot beat in normal ways, it's pretty important to find alternate routes to victory. Killing the Giga Cannon and then shutting down your opponent's economy can be a really powerful way of doing that. So I'm actually going to try and flip here. I need to decharge this Giga Cannon. No, can't flip it. Yeah, this thing's going to be hard to beat. If we can keep his money down and then we can kill the Giga Cannon, there's a chance. Oh, here we go. He's left me an opening. Pipple should be able to get it now. Come on, Pipple. Yeah, let's go. Alright, so now we need to stop him getting another Giga Cannon. With no Harvester, he might not be able to afford another one. So we need to try and maintain pressure on the Harvester area as well. So like even though the Predator tank has no good targets, I need it so that I can keep pressure on the map. And if he makes another Giga Cannon, he needs to be ready. He needs to be ready to rush it as quickly as possible. It looks like he's not making another. He hasn't got another Harvester yet, so it looks like he's just given up on making Giga Cannons, which is ideal for me. Because obviously Giga Cannon is the thing that's hardest for me to beat. Yeah, okay, we've managed to keep his economy down. Alright, very nice. Tough matchup, but we managed to get there. Had to use some creative means.
Enemy base destroyed.
Alright, same guy, so we're not the same matchup.
New objective
We're on a better map for me this time though, which is good. Still a tough matchup facing against Giga. That's 3 Gigas in 3 games as well, right? This event is lousy with Giga Cannons because the 3 maps are quite good for Giga Cannons. This, like I said before, is the worst one. The other 2, Tug of War is obviously insane, and half and half is pretty nuts as well. Half and half, at least the Harvester doesn't have good protection, so you can pressure it when they put a Giga Cannon down the bottom. But Tug of War, the one we just played on, is an absolutely god tier Giga Cannon map. Actually, I need to keep charging the missile, it's very important. We very aggressively charge the missile. We should be able to just fire the missile before we can get through these dogs. As we talked about before, pretty hard to kill dogs before a missile fires. Very nice. Get the Predator tank, get away from the Giga Cannon. Okay, so boosting the Giga Cannon going down with it. Sure. Trying to finish this guy off.
Unit lost. Unit enhanced.
I was going to boost and go off the chuggy, but then I realised I was too close to the giga cannon to do that. So we want to stay up here. We want to just charge the missile and force the giga cannon to move up. And we'll keep one predator tank down here and one in the middle, so that if he does try and move the giga, we'll have a predator on either side. Okay. Actually going to move predator both sides.
Unit enhanced.
Try and hint some movement. This giga. Cool, giga down, very nice. Actually, if I put the predator here, it probably doesn't live long enough to fire the missile. Maybe? Actually, maybe not.
Unit lost.
Gonna be close?
Missile
Ah,
launched.
just about. Very nice. Alright, cool. Another giga cannon deck defeated.
You are victorious. 1. New objective received.
Alright, we're up against GDI this time.
Harvester ready.
One half, but it's in a slightly weird spot. Makes it look like it might go second. There it is, second half. I wonder if... No, I was going to say maybe it makes sense to keep them on the same pad so it doesn't give away that I have 2 units, but I don't want to get off the pad even for the couple of seconds it takes to move on to the other one. And he's opening Air Tower, what a psychopath. Depending on what this is, I might go Talon. Yeah, I might go Talon against that.
Unit lost. Warhead launched.
And obviously he has to go for the Harvester, he's legally required from his rivals. Alright, cool. A Hammerhead for a single Talon? What a lunatic. Okay, I mean that's aggressive.
Unit lost.
Alright, we'll try and run this thing down.
Unit ready.
2 dogs. There's another Orca, no surprises there. Where's that Hammerhead going? Is it going for my base?
Warning. Our base
It is in fact going for my base. What a time to be alive, chat.
Warning. Enemy
Oh,
IR
aggressive.
cannon activated. Unit lost.
Alright, well.
Unit lost. Nuclear
Another
weapon
thrilling game of
launched.
Command & Conquer Rivals.
Objective complete. 2. 1. New objective available.
Hesh 2. Okay, another Oksana player. I hope it's not Giga Cannon again.
Harvester ready.
The one Harvester in a normal spot. And the second Harvester, okay. Saturday would be better. Yeah, we can do next Saturday, coach. Can't do this Saturday because George isn't going to be around, but we can try next Saturday. We need to tell Pablo as well, because I thought Pablo was going to play with us.
Building online.
Alright, so we'll 2v1 this guy. I guess we'll go shots here. I'd like to wait for the second laser, but whatever. Second laser's always coming out. Well, not always, but you know. The likelihood of him being able to tech switch effectively there is low, given that he's double harvester, so he's pretty low on cash. Like at the start of the game, you invested too much in your 2 harvesters. Probably around here that you start having more money. Oh, he's got a tech lab already. Well, I'll take it all back. Got loads of cash. I'll leave that guy. I'm not going to spend all my time chasing after a single laser. I don't give a crap. It's going to take it probably more than an entire missile to fire to kill my harvester. So, Widowmaker. What a surprise! The quintessential first tech unit. We'll just block it with dogs until the predator arrives.
Unit ready.
Shockwave ready to mount the predator cannon loaded. Ready.
Wow, it's a sad Widowmaker right here. What do we think his other tech unit's going to be? Basilisk? Makes sense. It's always a classic choice.
Building online.
And this is why tech,
Missile launched.
not great. Figured it out.
Mission accomplished. Control. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Yay, up against GDI, which is good, because it means we can't play against Giga Cannon.
Harvester
I didn't
ready.
realize how bad Widow's tile reservation is. Yeah, it's pretty slow, so it doesn't have great. But yeah, I mean, speed is not the relevant number, right? Like some units have great tile reservation while being really slow. Like missiles and lasers have insanely good tile reservation. Such a weird, like, hidden mechanic as well, right? It's like another stat that you only can ever find out about if you like dive deep into the game files, figure out what units' tile reservations look like.
Unit ready.
People looking for action.
Alright, nice, we used the dog. Ah, we didn't quite get the block.
Unit lost.
We did manage to get this solid 2v1ing though. Another 2v1. Oh, hello, he's gone straight into missiles. A coward's move.
Ready to Pitbull, ready for anything.
Where's he?
Pitbull here, what up? Pitbull, ready for anything. That's a Pitbull, pedal to the metal.
Oh, snipers. Snipers are really good on this map.
Pedal to the metal.
Same reason that Giga's really good. It's a really good two-range map. And my anti-infantry is infantry based, so snipers are going to be good against me.
Shockwave ready.
Pitbull and you the Jew. My fight. This is my bar. My fight.
Where's the action? Shock double.
Blast the burning.
No, duck. He's
Pedal. Blast the moving.
I do have Talon as well, but it's not great. Plus, if you're playing snipers, you usually, like, you're going to have Pitbull or Slingshot, both of which can shut down Talon pretty effectively. Especially Sling. If you have Sling, the Talon is just absolutely worthless.
shockwave ready.
Unit ready.
Pitbull and moving out. Blast them. Blast awaiting orders. Pitbull in a dog fight. Blast them.
Yet another reason I don't really like Slingshot. It's a classic case of Slingshot, right? It's like either it's the best unit possible or it's useless. Those are the only two modes on Slingshot. Either wildly overpowered or does nothing.
Warhead cancelled.
This is a long missile. Long missile probably doesn't favour me if my deck doesn't really get any better as the game goes late. Like I've already got all my buildings. My deck is already at pretty much at peak performance. Get a Predator for all these pitfalls. Then we'll find out what his answer to Predator is. Ren? Oh dear. Not good for me. Ren Sniper also going to be a pretty hard combo to beat with my deck. That's another reason like the Talon is in there. So that you have something, some out to like something like Ren Sniper. Of course, like I said before, if it's Slingshot, we're going to be in trouble. Especially given how long this missile's been going on for.
Enemy
Whoa,
armor
that's
cannon
aggressive.
activated. Unit lost.
Super aggressive.
Unit ready.
Shockwave ready to melt them.
If it's just Pitbull, if it's just Pitbull, we might be alright.
Unit
I
ready.
think we're going to win the missile here. I don't think we can kill that in time. Alright, nice. The 3-minute missile, that doesn't favour me, I don't think.
Unit ready.
Yeah,
Unit
so far our
lost.
decks look pretty similar in price structure, actually.
Ready for Pitbull and you the Jew.
Hey,
Burning rubber. Ready.
Although I do think his deck is probably slightly favoured on this map. Oh wow, Talon. Looks like our decks are almost identical, except that he has Sniper where I have Shot, he has Gren where I have Pred. I think that makes my deck better, but his deck may be better on this map. Just because Sniper is so strong on this map.
Unit ready.
I don't think it's like enough of an advantage though, like... This game is mostly going to come down to who plays better. Is he going for my Harvester? I got loads of money, I can just pull the Harvester.
Unit
He is in
lost.
fact going for my Harvester. So aggressive, man.
Unit enhanced.
Right, that should be GG. Very nice. He never really got snipers properly set up with a vehicle front line, which is what he needed.
Enemy base destroyed. Establishing battlefield control.
Seems like people enjoy the meme, but also I feel like I should just remove his ability to ping.
3, 2, 1. New objective available.
Okay, up against Seth. This is a decent Seth map, not amazing though.
Harvester ready.
We've also only played 2 maps so far, we haven't played half and half, which I'm grateful for because I hate that map. Come on man, make a unit. What's going on? He's got a barracks? You can get a second dog if he's got a barracks. Wheel opening. You have a barracks and you open wheels. You lunatic. Pretty bad for me. Shouldn't really make the second dog until I see the infantry unit, but whatever. See if we can eat some bike shots. Nope, don't go freebie though. Oh, we'll get some mad freebies here, that's nice.
Unit ready.
Actually, I can just hold. It's the same situation as before, the dogs are just too tanky. You can't actually kill them before the missile fires. I was thinking I should retreat my dogs from his bike, but actually,
Launched.
I just hold the pad and there's nothing he can do.
Unit ready.
Ready to fight. People a fight. Alright, people ready. People here with us.
Building
Classic laser
online.
switch when you're losing the War Factory mirror.
Unit
The
ready.
problem with the laser switch when you're losing the War Factory mirror is it doesn't usually get you back into the game because your opponent just makes shocks or flames. This is the principle behind the Alicia deck that doesn't have lasers. The lasers don't really help you that much in a War Factory mirror. Lasers are really there for things that beat War Factory, like Giga Cannon, MLRS, Orca. Those are the reasons that you actually want to play lasers and missiles, really.
Unit lost.
Oh, a buggy. It's kind of scary. I'm gonna get a Predator if I get another pop cap ever.
Unit
There we go. Oh, we got laser guns.
Unit
Seems unwise against Pitbull, my guy.
launched.
Ah, laser drones. Silly unit.
Objective
Good versus
complete.
Nod, bad versus GDI. Although these days kind of just bad versus both. What's up, Pablo?
3, 2, 1. New objective.
Another
received.
Oksana Nod player. Doesn't really tell us very much because everyone plays Oksana these days.
Harvester ready.
It's just, it's full cycle, man. When I first started playing Rivals, everyone just played Oksana and Jackson. And now everyone just plays Oksana and Jackson again. I don't think it's as bad as it was back in the day, though. Because, like, there's still some amount of Kane and a reasonable amount of Solomon. That's pretty much it, though. That's pretty much all the... You never see Liang. You basically never see... You never really see Liang or Manil. You never really see, Jade. Well, actually, no, you see Jade more than you should, but it never does anything. What's the other commander? I feel like I'm missing a GDI commander. Am I? Maybe not. Oh, Seth. I forgot Seth. Yeah, you don't really see Seth these days either. This is like the worst meta ever for Seth. Seth, though, like, Seth is a good example of something that doesn't need a buff, even though it's not good.
Unit lost.
Like, you shouldn't always buff things that are bad. Sometimes things are bad because the metagame is not good for them. But, like, Seth doesn't need a buff. The things that make Seth bad need nerfs.
Unit ready.
Now, I'm hoping he doesn't... Oh, there it is. I guess I'm hoping he doesn't make a Chuggy, but... what really were the odds of that? So against Chuggy, I need Predator Tank, which I made way too many Pitbulls here. You basically have to make a Predator Tank against Chemical Buggy. Cripple doesn't kill it quickly enough.
Unit lost.
Luckily, he misclicked his Chuggy and sent it away. It caught time for my Predator Tank to arrive. Predator is tanky enough that it can go in and shoot the Chuggy whilst mutants are trying to kill it, which is why it's so good against Chuggy. Also, it has Raider, so obviously, like, pretty easy to get shots on the Chuggy with Raider. Even you Predator, that one's gonna die soon. I don't think he can afford another Chuggy though. He's been making a lot of mutants and Chuggies, and they cost 60 each. He definitely would have gone Chuggy there instead of Rifles if he could afford it. But he must just be out of money.
Missile launched.
Yeah, you can tell he's like pretty low now because there's not a bunch of Chuggies and mutants coming at me.
Unit ready.
That should have been a Predator tank. Oh well.
Where's the double shockwave? It's shockwave. Dropping the base. Just point me. Predator on. Where's the
Unit lost.
Really what I want is like 2 shots, 2 Preds. But the problem is that when the squads get low, you need to replace them. Because you need 2 healthy shots, 2 healthy Preds. Really, you can get away with 1 Pred, especially on a map like this, where there's only 1 place he can realistically go. Like, he has to go to the middle, there's nowhere else he can fight. So you can probably get away with 1 Predator on this map. But on a map where you need to split up, you need 2 Predators, 2 shots. And then, basically there's nothing that Mutant Chuggy can do once you have 2 Predators, 2 shots. Like, they don't have any other units. They have only Predators, they have only Chuggy for anti-infantry. Only Mutants for anti-tank, really. So, Shock Predator beats the entire deck. You don't really need to worry about anything else either. Like, they might have some air, but if they do, GDI is really good against air, so you can just Pitbull. But yeah, this is like the best deck in the game against Predator, against Mutant Chuggy, or one of the best decks in the game against Mutant Chuggy.
Mission accomplished.
Strong Arm. Yep, Harry just reminded me Strong Arm is the other commander that I was trying to think of. Strong Arm is the other commander. Strong Arm got a completely unnecessary nerf to make the turret cost 50, and now is kind of bad. Strong Arm was sweet, man. I really liked Strong Arm. I thought it was perfectly fair the way it was balanced. I thought it was completely reasonable commander ability. And then they nerfed it, and now it sucks, and I'm sad.
Establishing battlefield control.
It is, in fact, the man, the myth, the legend, Bobby Boosh.
3,
The guy we were
2,
talking about.
1. New objective available.
Alright, so he is, in fact, playing the mythical strong arm.
Harvester ready.
Oh shit, is he playing No Half MG? That's not good for me. Actually, I think he does play No Half MG now that I think about it. This is not a good map to play No Half MG, to play against No Half MG on. My deck is also not very good against No Half MG. It doesn't really have any good outs to an MG.
Building online.
Yeah, it is No Half MG. What a monster! Imagine playing No Half MG. How do you live with yourself? This is going to be rough. This deck is not very good against No Half MG. It doesn't have any outs to an MG box, because it looks like he's going to make an MG box.
Unit ready.
That's a shame. So obviously we're going to need to hope that he overcommits and we can just Talon and beat him with Talons. That's our game plan here.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Lighting them up, music.
Unit lost.
Oh,
Warhead
flipsies?
canceled. Nuclear
Flipsies!
weapon
That's pretty good for us.
Unit ready. Unit lost.
Okay.
Building online.
Yeah, let's get a couple of shots.
Where's the shockwave? It's just point me towards the enemy. Shockwave ready. Where's the action?
I need to like get enough shots to break these missiles so that I can then go.
Shockwave, just point me towards shot. Let's go, troopers.
I can then go Talons once the missiles are gone. Hopefully he won't be able to afford a Pitbull.
Where's the action? Crank shot music.
Unit ready.
He spent money on a strong arm. That's good for me.
Unit lost.
He does have a Pitbull though. That's a shame.
Unit lost.
We might be able to break one of them. Yeah, we broke one of them. That's good.
Unit lost.
We do have a lot longer to do this now that he lost first missile. That's pretty good for us.
Unit ready.
If we break both the MGs, we're in really good shape. Nice, nice. That's a big deal.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Oh, we got him. Let's go. No half MG down.
Enemy base destroyed.
Feels good, man. He shouldn't have made the turret. The turret was a big spew. If you're no half MG, you can't really afford to use your commander powers ever.
Battlefield control. 3, 2, 1. New objective received.
Blast team. Another Oksana player. What a surprise.
Harvester ready.
Interesting harvester positioning.
Unit
We'll go
ready.
second goal because he's open barracks. Make sure to keep charging. So he's going straight into bikes, it looks like. Okay, Pitbull. Actually, that's a mistake. I shouldn't have gone Pitbull. If he just makes like a giga cannon now, this Pitbull is going to be pretty bad. And he's on Scorpion. That also makes the Pitbull pretty bad. I think I'm supposed to just go missiles here. Because I don't have time for Predator. Interesting, he went for lasers. That's surprising. Yep, once again, there's no way he gets through the dogs before the missile fires. Okay, this Pitbull was a really big misplay to build this random Pitbull. That was stupid. We need to try and get a Predator tank.
Unit ready.
Doggy? Doggy tank. Interesting, you don't see that often.
Unit enhanced.
Got laser drones as well? Oh no. What is this heinous deck?
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit ready.
Predator awaiting prey.
Unit ready.
Got his
Predator cannon loaded. Ready for action.
Unit ready.
This is a weird deck.
Predator cannon loaded.
Unit lost. Unit ready. Unit enhanced.
Flips? Easy flips? Easy, let's go. Man, that was a quick game. That felt like it was over almost as soon as it began.
Objective complete.
Alright, well. There we go. 10-0. I think this deck's super good. As I said before, not a lot more to say about it. I think it's excellent. Even though we played against Giga Cannon repeatedly, which is a tough matchup, we were able to win all of those. To be fair, though, he did in fact have no bikes. You were correct, Noid Hex. The Giga Cannon players did not protect their Giga Cannons very well. It's very, very difficult to beat a well-played Giga Cannon. On Tug of War, this one for sure I should lose. Like, this matchup, I'm very far behind. He shouldn't be playing Banshee, because Banshee is terrible, and he should play Laser instead of Scavenger, but you just put a Giga Cannon, like, here, protect it properly, no way this deck can beat it. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I'll see you next time.